What's up guys, Hades here. So I've been getting a lot of messages. Hades, what should I do with the new skill? Hades, what skill should I buy first? Hades, what skill should I level up? I've made my own mistakes. If I could go back, I'm going to tell you exactly what I would do if I could go back in time, because the meta has changed, the skills has changed, so all the data I've given in the past isn't nearly as good as it is right now. So I'm going to go through the three main styles of team, and I'm going to give you every single legendary skill that I think you should be getting in the right order. Now, there are some caveats to each situation, and there are priorities, and I'm going to go over each one. Now, the first one is a mage team. We're talking about Himiko, Loki, Wu, Baldwin, Merlin, Cleopatra, whatever it is, you name it. Okay? If this is your carry and you are 100% committed to it and you are ready for a legendary skill, this is my tier list, okay? The S tier are the things you need to be buying first. Now, which one exactly first? That's going to be up to you, and I'll give you some of my thoughts about that. The first and foremost, infinite firepower, one of the most incredible damage skills in the game, probably the best damage skill in the game, but it's tied to mages only, and that's why it goes here. The second one is energy mastery. This allows you to rapid fire your ultimate off, and you can even stack it with the specialization of ult damage, right? Now, do we want something like battle frenzy that gives us the physical attack and then denial of physical attack? No. Completely useless on a mage team. I haven't really seen mage teams be able to use this. It just doesn't fit very well. Are there a chance it would? Yes, but in the context of getting these skills in order, pretty much no. Same thing with drastic action. These two fit in the very same category, not going to help. Last stand also isn't going to help you, not with a mage. But what you do need to do is keep your mage alive, and this is the best skill in the game to do that as of right now. So life protection gives the back two immortals a bunch of defense and more healing. And speaking of defense and healing, going first, Fountain of Life, the new skill. These four skills are so strong. If you've been watching my recent content, Fountain of Life is an absolute must. And then attack and defense just has no value. The mage team is so simple. There's four skills that are extremely powerful, and there's four skills that are basically useless. Now, I'm not talking about teams that have like a Poseidon and a mage, right? Or a Wukong and a mage. Those are completely different. I'm talking about mage carries, okay? So, which one do you go first? Well, I made some recommendations for each one. I would highly suggest getting Fountain of Life to level 1. Unlocking the skill, getting the first hit, super important. Then I would also recommend these skills to 7. Now, I would recommend them in this order. I think life protection is the weakest of the four, mainly because the sustainability isn't nearly as good as getting more damage. Raw damage is better, okay? You want to deal damage first. You want infinite firepower and energy mastery first. This is the legendary skill up chart. When you unlock the skill, it takes 60 fragments. But getting level 2 only takes 5, level 3 takes 10, and level 4 takes 15. This is the bread and butter, right? You might even want Fountain of Life to 4, right? This could be a pretty good kind of setup for you. Now, the reason I recommend 7 and definitely not going to 8 is if I had infinite firepower level 7, I would have to do 60 more shards to get it 1 more. Or I can unlock energy mastery for that exact same amount and then get it up to a reasonable level with only a few more, right? So I personally would not put them to 8 until you have the core. So for the mage team, it's easy. Once you have these core, then start leveling them to 8. I would probably do them in that order. Next, we have range carries. Now, range carries there's not that many. We're mostly talking about Khan, Apollo. You could put in here like Gilgamesh, Elizabeth, Siandiak, but they're not quite as powerful, and I'm mostly just going to be talking about the two main meta ones, but these will apply to pretty much all of them. Now, inversely, infinite firepower is now useless. You can't even use it. It's for mages only. but the best skill now is Energy Mastery. And if you can't decide between something like Himiko or Khan, you can now see that there is a common thread. And so now, if you're deciding what to go for first and you don't know, this is one of those keys that you might want to look back at as we move forward. Now, Battle Frenzy is not quite as bad anymore because we have a physical damage carry. It's actually quite good, but I would never pick this over this, right? Because Battle Frenzy into mages is not that good. Next, we have Drastic Action. I'm not a big fan of this on the backline carries. I don't think it has a place. The whales are not using it for a reason, but it's definitely not terrible, but I wouldn't pick it up. Next, Last Stand cannot be used on the range carries. Fountain of Life, the new skill. You want to go first, you want your team to go first. Going first is very important. Attack and defense pretty much depends. If you're huge and you have Anubis, then it has more value. If you don't, I'm going to go ahead and say that it has no value. And the final one, Life Protection. You want to keep your carry alive. This is very similar to the mages, except infinite firepower is quite a bit lower. Now, I could put attack and defense higher here. I'm thinking most people who want this recommendations aren't using Anubis, but if you are using Anubis, it's pretty decent. But again, not nearly the level of these, not even close. I wouldn't even touch it until those are 7 or 8. Same thing here. So my recommendations here are level 7 Energy Mastery and Life Protection, and level 4 Fountain of Life. I think this core 4 is really strong, really strong. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't have unlocked Last Stand and I wouldn't have unlocked Battle Frenzy. I would have level 7 Infinite Firepower, I would have level 6 or 7 Life Protection, and then I would be working on Fountain of Life. That's what I wish I could do to go back, but I can't. And so I'm giving you my power rankings based on my experience. Finally, frontline carry. Now, this is the most important one, and this is the one that varies the most, because Fountain of Life is not always good with these characters. If you watch my most recent video, you'll see someone with Alex is not perfect with these skills. Now, Energy Mastery, pretty much useless. It doesn't even apply to them. You can't put it on them unless you're doing some sort of hybrid team. Doesn't work. Next, we're going with the best build in the game, and I'm going to show you just so you understand. This was a player that I honestly couldn't fight at all, and they're using double legendary, okay? These are actually the 2 best skills for Wukong Poseidon, in my opinion. These 2 output so much damage, they make you so hard to kill, and this is a attack exclusive item. Drastic Action has never been good on the back line, but it has been very good on the front line. With that being said, Drastic Action and Last Stand now become highest priority, and right behind we're going to put Fountain of Life. Now, Infinite Firepower has no value. Battle Frenzy has a bit of value. Attack and Defense has a bit of value, not nearly as much. And Life Protection has a weird amount of value as well. The reason Life Protection can be here, you could easily skip it and go with just those 3. But you want your healers to not die, because if they die, you don't get healing, the match, gets difficult. As soon as the healers die, the match kind of crumbles. So we're gonna go with Fountain of Life 4, Life Protection, Last Stand, and Drastic Action, all to 7. I would recommend probably Drastic Action first if you're fully committed to something like Wukong or Poseidon. If you're not, you're gonna have to decide what's best for you based on the other options, right? The sad thing is, not all of these match every hero. Energy Mastery, if you're a Wukong player, or a Poseidon player, or a Peter player, completely useless, right? So it's hard to say what's best. In my opinion, Infinite Firepower and Energy Mastery are two of the best skills in the game, kind of by a lot. But when we're talking about a frontline carry build, they're actually just useless, right? They have no value. They can't even be used. So if you're going to go frontline carry, be careful. These skills are less valuable. But when it comes to buying things first based on your team, this is what's going to make you the strongest. I analyze every report on every fight for pretty much every one of my alliance, people not even in my alliance, and this is what I'm good at. If you guys like these kind of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.